Hello, my people. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Kenyan American Home. As always, thank you so much for my subscribers. Thank you for, always supporting my content, liking, loving, and the questions that you always ask. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because you'll get notified every time I upload a video. So this question, I have gotten this question a number of times, and I decided, let me do a video on it and address this question. And so this question is, people have been asking me, so when you win the DV lottery, how much does the US government actually, how much does the US government pay for everything? Do they take care of you, just all the expenses, pay for your flight and your hotels, find you hosts, and all those so many things? And, that's a good question to ask. And the short answer to that question is no. The US government doesn't cater for any expenses as far as processing your DV lottery is concerned. So, but let me tell you this one thing. When you win the DV lottery, it is, the DV lottery is absolutely the easiest way that you can come to the US. You come here, you land in the US, and you have a green card. You have a permanent residency. Pretty much one of the few things that you cannot do is just vote. Other than that, you can pretty much do, anything that a citizen can do, other than some few things that only citizens can do. And so you're allowed to work, you're allowed to live anywhere in the US. And I feel like if the US government was paying for you everything, I feel like in the way they do with refugees is they would put you in a state, put you in a certain place, tell you, we're paying for you, this is where you need to go live. But they don't do that. The US government acts as a sponsor for you. And so, when you go do your interview, you don't get asked the same questions, someone who's going as an F1 student is going to be asked, because the US government is standing in as your sponsor. And so the requirements are not that much, it's pretty much making sure that the info that you filled your application with matches your DS-260, matches the documents that you come to the interview with. It's like, and the qualifications are not super high. As long as you just have a minimum of a high school diploma, you're good. And even if you don't have a high school diploma, your experience qualifies you to win the DV lottery. It's the absolute easiest visa to come to the US, because and it also gives you pretty much the ticket the ticket to come to this land of opportunities. And once you land here, you get to realize that there is a lot of opportunities that are available. As long as you have your green card, that means you're legally able to work anywhere. But as far as the US government providing for all these things, they don't do that. So you pretty much provide everything for yourself. You have to buy your own air ticket. You have to pay the processing fees to, go for your interview. You have to pay all the fees then, the medicals and all that stuff, traveling. And so they say, that in Kenya shillings, you need about 250,000 Kenya shillings for you to be able to process everything. And I don't know, I don't know how much that is in US dollars. So 250,000 Kenya shillings is about 2,000 US dollars. So it's about 2,000 US dollars. You're able to process pretty much everything that you need to be able to bring you to the US. But the green card, the DV lottery, it's a golden ticket. It's a golden ticket that you get to come and just pretty much change your life. And so when you win it, the government doesn't provide anything. And so, yeah. No, they don't pay. They don't pay for your air ticket. They don't pay for your processing. They don't pay for your hotels. But you kind of take care of that. But then when you're looking at spending $2,000, and what's the upside for that? Is you spend $2,000, and how much money do you actually stand to make when you move over to the US? It's like, when you look at the money that, the expenses that come with the DV lottery, it's nothing compared to the amount of money that you can actually make here in the US. And so, but again, just a caveat to let you know, once you win the DV lottery, once you log in May and you check your results and you find out, you find out that you've been selected, don't go selling out, don't go selling everything, because just because you've been selected doesn't necessarily mean that you will actually get the visa. Get the visa to actually travel to the US. There's a lot of there's some hoops to be jumped along the way. Your case number determines, when you'll be called for the interview, and when you'll be called for the interview also determines whether, are there any more visas left. So there's a lot of things to talk about when you're talking about the DV lottery. And I think as we get closer to May, I'll do a video to kind of like, giving you a breakdown of once you win, once you're selected, uh what do you have to think about? What's the process after that? I can do a video informing you more on that. But I wanted to do this video today just to let you know that no, the US government doesn't cater for anything for you. But also too, you need, alongside making sure that you're filling your DS-260 correctly, having the right information and all that stuff. One of the things that is happening right now is you need a host. You need a host to absolutely get a visa to come to the US, with the DV lottery. So you need to find a host in the US who is willing to host you, for you to be able to get that visa. But we'll talk more on the process of after you win, some of the things they look at, and stuff like that. But hopefully that answers the question that a lot of people have been asking about the DV lottery, and what you need, what you need to kind of go on from there. So yeah, the US government doesn't provide for any assistance, or it doesn't cater for any of the expenses. And I actually think it's not a bad thing, because then, if they were, maybe they would just, be sending you to Minnesota in the cold, or sending you to Alaska, where there's cold. But with the openness of how the DV lottery is, you can pretty much go live anywhere in the US, as long as you have a host there to be able to host you for a time period before you come here, get a job, start working, and start earning. Yeah, but DV lottery is it's a golden ticket. It's a golden ticket. It doesn't get any better than that, because when you look at coming here with a F1, or some of the non-immigrant visas, it doesn't, like, you come in as an F1 student, you can only work 20 hours a week, of the only time you can work 40 hours a week is during the summer. Some visas like a B1, B2, that you're not even required to work. So, but with the DV lottery, you come in here and you can just start work. You can just start work as soon as possible. Some employers will wait for, you I mean, you have to land in the US, you have to apply for your social, and all that stuff. But some employees can give you some employers can give you a grace period, and you can actually start working before you receive your social. As long as you have all your papers that show that you're legally able to work in the US. So they'll wait for you to get your social, and they'll just send in your social security card as soon as you get it. But you can start work today. And so yeah, let me know if you have any questions regarding who is taking care of expenses when it comes to you winning or being selected for the DV lottery. Thank you again, and yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. All right, God bless you.